Good morning. How is everyone? Oh my God. Facebook does this weird thing where everything's the opposite, and I can never figure out which side of my head. Anyway, it has to do with my hair. Okay, so welcome to everyone wherever you are in the world right now. It is Saturday, the 3rd of November in sunny Australia. It's really hot right now. It's coming into summer, so it's like 31 degrees. Hello, hello, wherever you are in the world. So, like all my Facebook Lives, I'm just going to get stuck into it straight away. So are your past choices still haunting you? Oh, hello, Miss Vicky from Canada. Oh, hello, Miss Tracy from Queensland. So I was on a walk this morning just up near the beach where I live, and there's this really cool path that I've taken, many times before, that goes from the top of where I am down to the bottom to where the beach is. And the last time I took it, I actually stumbled for a little bit of that path just before I got down to the bottom. And since then, and that was like maybe 3 weeks ago, and I've done this walk along a few times since then. And since then, I actually haven't chosen to go down that path again because of that one stumble. So this morning, I stood up there going, oh, hello, Miss Michelle. I stood up there going, well, I really do enjoy going down that path. Am I going to let that one stumble stop me? And it had previously stopped me as I hadn't gone down that path before. So I looked at it and went, no. So I just asked a question: what energy, space, and consciousness can mean my body be to be totally present and totally aware with total ease? And then I went down that path. It's not a huge path. It's not a long path. And I got down to the bottom, no stumble, 100% fun and joy. Hello, Mr. Gustav. So good to see you on here live. And when I got down to the bottom, I remember looking at it going, oh my God, how much has that choice that I just made to go down that path added to my life today? And how much of a contribution has that choice that I made to go down that path added to my life today? And I kind of stood there and went, wow. So what percentage of that stumble was actually connected to the entire experience and the entire event? And I got like 5%. And for 3 weeks, I've been choosing not to go down that path just because of 5% of density, just say, of what may or may not happen again. And I started looking at, this call series I've got coming up. And it's funny how these things start to come up once you create them. It is all about choice. And I was like, wow, I wonder how many choices I've actually still got kind of haunting me that I've made previously in the past about anything that is actually stopping me from choosing greater now. And I got there's quite a few. So I just used the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, and I've put the link up there in my post for what it is, if you guys don't know about it, which is good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, shorts, all 9 boys and beyonds. And I just cleared them. And so now I'm asking for all of those. Oh my God. Thank you, Tabitha. That's a cute little poem. So now I'm asking to have more space with looking at, say, a scenario that is similar, it's not the same, it's similar to what may have shown up previously where that choice is still haunting me, so that I can make a greater choice. Because what about if this time the choice was to say yes instead of no? And what if the choice this time was to say no instead of yes? You've got to get that, like what I got out of it is that, wow, I'm such a different person from 3 weeks ago, and I wonder what this choice will create. It doesn't mean you have to make it. However, if you're willing to just even look at it, that actually starts to create change. And what if you're also willing to acknowledge the flip side of everywhere that you have actually made a choice that is greater, that where you haven't bought into like a past choice still haunting you, or a reference point of something that's shown up in the past from the choice that you've made. And then just run the clearing statement, and you can actually shorten that clearing statement to just POC and POD if it's easier for you. And something actually that I read that Gary Douglas just posted, oh, but he's just so brilliant, is when you don't acknowledge what you have achieved, you can't create more. So I'm grateful again for the choice that I made at the bottom of the hill to actually acknowledge that I did make a greater choice by going down that path. And I did choose greater by going down that path. And the funny thing is that it's not a huge thing. Like if you have a look at it, it was a choice that to go down the path or not, right? Physically, that is. However, the greater choice I made was not to allow that 5% of density and that stumble from 3 weeks before stop me from choosing something different. That choice is a greater choice. And again, yeah, FTS, Michelle, fuck that shit. Yes, exactly. That choice, it may seem like a small choice, yet that choice to choose greater is just a choice to choose greater. And it doesn't matter if it's a path like what I did this morning, or if it's to change your relationship, or, change your job, or to create a business. That choice to choose greater is just that. It's just this energy of choosing greater. Bonjour, Christelle. How are you? And that choice has a ripple effect. So it may be a choice that I made to go down this path on my walk, yet the choice that I made to choose greater will have this ripple effect into my money inflows, into creation, into even more choice, for more possibilities to show up. Like, this is how this energy stuff and consciousness works. It's not linear at all. So that one choice I made today, I wonder what that's actually going to create for the rest of today and the rest of my living. I know, it spun me out too when I was standing there at the bottom of the path. Michelle, the 5% density was, if I looked at starting at the top of the path and then going down the path, say that experience was 100%, I was allowing that point where I stumbled, which was only about 5%, stop me from receiving the 95, the entire 100%, basically, if that makes sense. And yeah, so everywhere you're even trying to make sense of this energy stuff and, the connectivity that all of this has, and the entanglements that all of this has energetically, just POC and POD it all. Again, the clearing statement is in the top of my post. Please read it. If it sounds really weird, it is really weird, and please don't try to make sense of it, because it doesn't make sense. It's just there to contribute to you changing, shifting, moving, that energy of making that 5% of that stumble greater than the 100% of the addition and the contribution that it can be to your life and your living and everything that's involved in it. Yes, I know. I love choice. Woohoo! So the other thing is, there are so many, like even day-to-day moments of your living that you have a space to make a greater choice in. And a lot of us will kind of like disregard it or dismiss it, or not even just be aware of it. Those little choices that you make for greater, like every 10 seconds of your day and your living, again, there's a ripple effect, and they all add up. They all add up. And before you know it, you kind of look around and go, wow, my life is super different right now. And that super different is due to all of those little choices that you made for greater all the way through. Cool. I hope this is actually making sense and I'm explaining it in a way that you guys are actually getting it and getting the energy of what, like, out creating the density, out creating the heavy, you know, not to make choice significant and important. However, being aware that choice always creates, you know, and I could have chosen not to go down that path today. And hey, I didn't. So everywhere you guys are still being haunted by like your past choices and using them as reference points as to what to choose and not choose now, will you destroy and uncreate at all times a gazillion? Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, shorts, all nine boys and beyonds. Cool. Like, I wonder how much more space will open up for you now if you were just willing to look. Like, you don't have to choose, just look at what choices you have available to you right now and the things that you're looking at choosing, and ask some different questions about that. So not buying into the reference points of, oh, last time I made this choice and it turned out shit, or, oh my God, last time I made this choice and it turned out brilliant. That's not how this works. It's looking at everything with, I'll say, like, new eyes, because my eyes today are new compared to who I was 3 weeks ago. The way in which I perceive things and receive things and the awarenesses I have are different. I'm different. The planet's different. So how can I possibly use a past experience to try and figure out and get this choice right today? I can't. All I can do is ask a question to gain more awareness of what I would like to choose. I'm really excited about the choice I made today. So do you guys have any questions about what I'm talking about, or are you kind of getting it? Michelle says, yes, the ripple effect. This is popping big time. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, new eyes. And I mean that literally too, because I actually put a new set of contact lenses in today. Yay. So everything's a little bit brighter. Awesome. Yes. And the last thing I would like to leave you guys with, well, second last thing, got another thing, but this is really cool, is Gary Douglas, the man himself, put a post up saying, you know, the world needs the magic of those of us that are willing to be the magic we are. And if you can perceive magic in others, you already be it. So if you're willing to acknowledge that you already be magic, then more of it will start to show up for you. And I know that may seem a little bit linear. However, if you look at the energy of that, there is like this flow that goes through, and like there's this space and this breathing, like this like breathing space you have going, yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Alonka says, so to step out from where your business and take temporary job because it feels light, even though it's not a dream job. Yes. Alonka, what's true for you is light for you. That is the way in which this whole energy stuff and access consciousness and the tools work. So when I looked at like going down that path today, like I didn't actually even have to ask a question, because my body was just like, right, let's go. I really want to go. And my head was going, yeah, but remember that last time we did this, we stumbled. That I chose for the lightness. I chose for what would light my body up. I did not know what it would actually create at the end or how it would go. I mean, I could have stacked it and totally stumbled down most of it, you know. However, I asked a question before I started out, pardon me, to give me more ease with that experience and with that journey. And then like the gift I got at the bottom was all of this stuff about acknowledging, and where else, you know, was I actually choosing this stuff of like my past choices and my past reference points haunting me still, you know. And the gift that these little things in our life, you know, create, like just that small little walk down that path, or like that jog down that path today, created so much more. So much came out of the choice of choosing what is light and true for me. And now I'm passing it on to you guys. Yes, Myrna, I love that question. What choice can I make today to create greater right away? Brilliant. That's like you going, right, I'm ready to choose greater. Universe, what can you contribute to me choosing greater? Yes, yes, Alonka, small choices. All of those small choices will all add up. And before you know it, you don't actually even have to make that big choice because you're already there. I know, that spins me out too. So, oh, Jill, I love Vicky's dog, Jill. Every time we have a call, her dog's like there, just happy as, contributing constantly, which I'm so grateful for. So anyway, that's my little 15 minutes of fame for Saturday, the 3rd of November. I hope this has contributed to you guys. And if it has, please feel free to share it everywhere with everyone that, you know, is willing to hear and receive this. It's all of these little things that create some of the greatest things that, you know, that show up for us. So if you guys are willing to be the magic you truly be and create even more magic, go out and just have some fun, people. Have some fun. Oh, she loves listening to me. Oh, excellent. I'm glad someone does. I'm glad someone in the animal world does. Yay. Awesome. Well, have fun. And if this conversation and like you had awarenesses and would like to continue this conversation, know more about choice, like totally nail choice, you know, to create the living you really would enjoy and would be fun for you, there's a call series I've got coming up starting my Monday called Choice is the Compass of and for Creation, which basically we're going to start looking at, you know, how choice can pretty much direct us into creating the reality that we know is possible. And apparently Michelle's cat and Alonka's cat is here as well. Wow, what a menagerie of animals. I wonder what your animals know. Huh? I wonder what your animals know. Cool. So enjoy your Saturday or whatever day it is in the world for you. And I will see you somewhere around on social media or maybe live in person. And I wonder what your choices today will create greater for you and how they can create greater for you straight away. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday on the call series. Have fun. See ya.